President Biden is addressing a possible re-election bid in 2024, but his delayed response has everyone, and I mean everyone, talking about the real truth behind his answer. Watch.
The reason I'm not making a judgment about formally running or not running, once I make that judgment, a whole series of regulations kick in. And I treat myself as a candidate from that moment on. I have not made that formal decision, but it's my intention to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Dr. Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh.
Dr. Biden thinks that, my wife thinks that, that we're doing something very important and that I shouldn't walk away from it.
Wow. I was on Jesse Waters last night when that video was released, and the two of us, honestly, for the first time ever in both our lives, I'm pretty sure, were speechless. That was scary, Lisa.
Well, it is. I don't believe he's going to run, and that's why he's not announcing. That's why he's sort of hedging his bets with it. Look, the Americans don't want, Democrats don't want this. The majority of Democrats don't want Joe Biden to be their guy heading in 2024. You've got candidates like Tim Ryan in Ohio being like, yeah, I don't need him to come campaign with me. Don't campaign with me, Joe. Although I do think Joe Biden wants him to run. I mean, you guys remember that photo she posted last year on Air Force One saying she was getting ready for the G7 at the president's desk. We all see her manhandling him around like his caregiver, which is, you know, really elder abuse. I mean, the guy also got manhandled by the Easter Bunny at the Easter egg roll. But, you know, look, what does he have to run on? I mean, in 2 years, he's destroyed everything. We've got open borders, 40-year high inflation, gas prices at record highs. He's destroyed the country in record time. So I do not believe that guy is going to be the Democrat nominee. They're going to push him out after they get crushed on November 8th.
Okay. I mean, first of all, when he was addressed by the name Dr. Biden, he actually seemed like he didn't know who that.
Well, she's not really a doctor.
I know, but he was even confused by that. He's like, wait, are you? Oh, you're referring to my wife?
Oh no,
exactly.
It's my caregiver.
But Sean, go ahead.
Let me disagree with Lisa for a second. So, listen,
whoa! I'm all up for a debate. Go for it.
Sean's coming in hot.
I think that if Joe Biden wasn't going to run for re-election, he would actually announce it. That would be good for Democrats in the midterm. You don't want Joe Biden in the forefront of Americans' minds as they go to the ballot box. To your point, he has been an unmitigated disaster. The problem he has, though, is it's immense power. The power of the presidency is real. People don't want to give it up. I mean, the only one who's really given it up is George Washington, right? Joe Biden doesn't want to give it up. It's going to be his partners in the media or his partners in the Democrat Party that will force him out, but he will go kicking and screaming. Yeah. He wants to stay, and that's why he doesn't announce it right now, Joe.
Allow me to retort.
Oh, please. Give it to me.
Yes.
There's no way he's going to announce.
Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you. No way he announces now before a midterm that he's not running again. That is a confession that his policies on inflation, on crime, on the border, on student loans, on everything has been wrong. I think that would be a white flag of surrender, and Democrats would look very, very foolish if he said, I'm not running anymore, because then that literally says, we screwed up, we know it, and our leaders go.
Can I just say that I do believe that a woman in the household should make all the ultimate decisions, except for when you're in the White House. So my question is, who's making the decisions? Who is the decider? There's an NBC News article that says Jill Biden's unparalleled influence and impact on the president. I personally believe that Jill Biden, if I were her, would not want her husband to rerun, because at the end of his term, if he were to be reelected, he would be 86 years old. I mean, 86 years old. I don't know how many people you know 86 years old that are completely...
My dad.
Yeah, but these...
Yes, you're right.
There's a lot of 86-year-olds who are actually with it.
Yeah, and these people
I'm not saying that they
power,
wouldn't be with
Julie.
it, but I'm saying, do you think that they're ready to take on 4 years?
The most important job in the world?
No. But Julie, these people go to D.C. to enrich themselves. They're drunk on powers, and the Bidens are the perfect example. They've been part of the swamp for something like 50 years. Do you think Joe Biden in any real-world private sector experience would be able to make any money? They're worth millions of dollars. The guy is an idiot. He can't even complete sentences, and that was before the cognitive decline with his old age. So Jill Biden wants that power. They're drunk off of it, and they want the cash flow that comes in with Joe Biden, being in public office.
Let's be clear. I was never able to figure out how to get rich in politics, right? That didn't happen for me.
You're doing it wrong.
You don't go into politics for money, though.
Democrats know how to do it very well. Yeah. But to your point, I'm actually happy that Joe Biden is running the Joe Biden machine. Because it's not Joe Biden. Is it Barack Obama? Is it Valerie Jarrett? Who is actually running the policy of the White House? Yeah. Think I'd at least know the person's name. If it is Dr. Joe Biden, okay, but someone has to be making decisions, and we know it's not President Joe Biden.
I got news for you.
We should lose the doctor title, though.
That's a good point. I got news for you, Sean, by the way. You have 9 kids. You're never going to be rich. The college alone is done. But
although they are so well behaved and so stinking
they are
cute.
very
good this morning.
Yes. They thank Rachel.
One more quick
They're really
point,
good kids.
Where's the president this weekend? Pick any of the 50 states. You'll never guess where he is.
Ice cream. He's eating ice cream.
Ice cream in what state?
Yeah.
Delaware.
In Delaware.
Right.
Again, you're 17 days from a midterm, and you're not campaigning for anyone anywhere. I get that some people don't want him, but he's back there for a reason. He looks old, he looks tired, and the American people know it, Jules.
Okay, but I got to say this. If you ask the president, and I now have to play the other side, he says, whoa, slow down. My policies haven't kicked in yet. Give me time. Okay, they haven't kicked in yet, says Biden. Let's watch.
A lot of what we've done and we've passed has not kicked in yet. For example, we have all this money to rebuild the highways, bridges, internet, et cetera. But it's going to take time.
Okay, so I don't think that's going to make people's minds up come the midterms. I will thank you, President Biden, if you're responsible for filling the potholes on my commute on the Long Island Expressway. That's been appreciated. But that is not what people are voting on. They're voting on immigration. They're voting on crime. They're voting on inflation in the economy.
So they're partially implemented, and it's this bad. Wait until they're fully implemented. It's going to get really, really bad. Massive spending, and the policies don't help grow the economy. It's going to make inflation worse, crime worse, the border worse. I mean, everything that's bad now will get only worse when these policies are fully implemented.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, you can go through all the actions that he has taken and the results of them. Okay, you look at immigration, right? He did a halt on deportations for 100 days, got rid of Remain in Mexico. Now we have unprecedented levels of people in invasion at the southern border. Really, gas prices, nuking the Keystone Pipeline. We've had record high gas prices under him. Trillions of dollars on new spending, including money on their climate hoax. And now we have record high, 40-year inflation. So all of the things that are going wrong in the country, we've seen your policies, Joe. We don't like them.
Right. Joe,
and that's why you're going to get crushed on November 8th,
This is for Joe Concha, not Joe Biden.
No, Joe,
another thing that he didn't talk about was crime, which is up there in as far as top issues for Americans. And you've got the mayor, Eric Adams, here in New York City, Eric Adams, basically already endorsing President Biden, saying that he wishes that he would run again. In fact, he wants to host the Democratic National Convention. Here's Eric Adams, and then I will react to this.
All right.
He should run again. He has been amazing. He navigated us out of COVID. I think he should run again, and we're hoping the convention will come here to New York City. I'm excited about that he's planning on running again.
Okay, Mayor Adams, let me tell you something as a New Yorker. Subway crimes, or just basically any kind of transportation crimes, okay? 43% and up rising since last year. And so he's saying that things are going well. He's about as delusional as the president.
25-year high in subway murders alone, right? Just if you want to just take one stat.
Yeah.
Try to find a transcript of any of Joe Biden's speeches and find these 2 words, cashless bail. He never talks about it.
You're
and you
absolutely
see
right.
the overwhelming majority of crimes here in New York City, for example, are being committed by people who have already been arrested again and again. And that's how you could add all the police that you want, but if you're arresting people that are going back in the street, it doesn't really do anything.
Thank you, bail reform, not. And by the way, Eric Adams is supporting the president, and the Democratic Party are the ones that are actually trying to defund the police when we need police in this city. It's a lawless city.
But if you're Mayor Adams, things are incredibly bad in New York City, to your point.
Why then support the president?
Because Joe Biden is a little bit better than what Mayor Adams has done in New York City, right? So he's better than what the status quo is right here, number one. But number two, Mayor Adams is maybe thinking, hey, if Joe Biden runs again, maybe Kamala Harris is going to be on the outs. I might be a great alternative for VP, or I want a cabinet position. I want to move on out the Democrat ranks.
All right.
Listen, this is all a game of chess.
It's political opera. Yeah, you're totally right.
Wow.
And on that day, I will move to, I don't know, Canada.
An Adams de Blasio ticket. Think about it.
No, Canada's
Florida,
actually
Florida,
too. Well, I got to get out of the country. If Mayor Adams is the president, I'm out of here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.